Well, guys, welcome back to Afghanistan 11, part 2 of our campaign. A lot of you asked to be named after units, and we have just about every single unit that people asked for named in the game. So don't forget, if you still want your name in the game, let me know, specify what unit you want, and we're going to do our absolute best to make it happen. We did get Foxtrot Squadron. We, of course, got my friend the Czech, now has the 4th ACRC PRT. So he definitely got that. Now, one thing we need to notice right away is these damn Taliban or militia units keep destroying our waterworks. And this is really our only way of making any cash, or excuse me, PP. Gotta stop referring to it as cash, because really that's not what it is. We also have the Unexpected Inquisition. I believe I named, let me take a look. What unit did I name the Unexpected Inquisition over? Bringing the Apache back right now, and the Unexpected Inquisition is going to be the U.S. Special Forces. So once we get that Black Hawk down, we are probably going to start deploying those Special Forces in the mountains, and hopefully, see what happens. Hope for the absolute best, of course. I believe we're turn 5 now. Still quite a ways to go. And at this point, I could either go ahead and keep training some Afghan National Army units. I'm not sure what the M18 is. I think it's probably some sort of transport helicopter, but I really need to get these guys out of here. So the Apache already has some ranks. You can see that the units do rank up when they get kills in the game, which I think is a great addition. And we've got Charlie Squad here. Let's see. So Charlie Squad is going to actually head up to this village up here, as you guys can see. We've already connected a road to it, so it shouldn't be too hard to get there, but he is running out of fuel, and that's something to concern ourselves with. We don't need a unit trapped out here in the desert, and knowing that there are no enemies out here, or at least no IEDs, I might send that supply truck to go and check this area out. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do a little mine sweep. Things look okay. And then I'm going to grab the supply truck, fill her up with fuel, and head over towards our unit. And actually, we should probably build a road from base here. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That was not what I was looking for. I did not expect there to be any issues there. So now we definitely have to check this road for mines. That is not good news. Now, thankfully, we didn't have anybody in the truck besides the driver. But we're going to have to go ahead and spend 200 now on another supply truck. And that's not what I wanted to happen. That is a tough hit, and that's why the IEDs are out there. Obviously, they're trying to get as many of our supply trucks as they can. We're going to go ahead and fill her up with some fuel, head back out. Once again, we should try and build a road from this area up to the actual road itself, because we want to make sure that when we get out of our base, it's not hard, it's not difficult, it's pretty simple and straightforward. Let's go ahead and check for any IEDs. Nothing that I can see, at least. And we'll actually move this unit a tile forward, if we could. No, we can't do it this turn, but very soon we will. And I want to start planning to send another unit out here. Of course, we'll drop on off our UN supplies, but obviously, the people aren't going to share any information with the UN. They'll share information with the actual troops themselves. So we definitely need to get that Black Hawk unit. I think, let's see, where's that Black Hawk? It's right there. He actually could probably drop off some troops at this village, and then, of course, go back to the actual, go back to base, basically. And I think that's probably what we're going to do. So let's head back this way. Of course, if we find any IEDs on the way, even better. We can't forget about all the villages. Now, there's that mountain range to the west that we've seen before. And we do need to eventually cross this, even if it's just with our Black Hawk, and start checking out these villages. I think for our special forces, we're going to be heading to the mountains to the actual east of the game, over there by Bum and Gadeshk. But Kai Urzogan and Gadeshk are kind of being ignored, and Shere Khan is definitely being ignored. I mean, this village is completely trapped in the mountains out of nowhere. Eventually, I'm going to have to go and take a look, but to be honest with you, I'm not looking forward to it. That place is just too far to really care about, but obviously, we've got to care about everybody. So here we go. We'll continue. We'll end the turn. Hope for the absolute best. Alright, guys. So here we go. It's time to go ahead and move forward. Now, obviously, our candidate won the elections. So thankfully, we have a good candidate. But look at this. This is a Sandstorm. And in this situation, we can't really do anything. It's a very complicated situation with the Sandstorm, of course. We're going to go ahead and move forward. try and detect some mines if we can. And we'll bring this supply truck back to base as soon as basically possible. Dealing with the Sandstorm is going to be a real pain. I'm going to bring this Husky back to base. He might not even make it all the way back to base. Oh, nice. We got very lucky there. So we actually did make it back to base. We're also going to go ahead and try and refuel this Husky. Let's do that. But, of course, now we've got this infantry unit that's out here. Sorry, it was a Husky. It's an MRAP. What's wrong with you, Agrippa? So we're actually going to go ahead and get the MRAP to pick up the boys and get back to base as well. Nobody wants to be out during a sandstorm, and it makes movement hard. It makes tracking an enemy with an airstrike impossible, and it really just overall increases the difficulty level of the mission itself. So trying to look around here at what we can do. Now we have 2 villages that need some serious assistance. We could, of course, send out maybe our unexpected Inquisition to the east. I think that's what we were trying to do initially, but we've got to get that Black Hawk back. So I'm going to drop off the infantry unit at this. I guess we could do it at the farther village. It's probably the way to go, so we don't have to travel as far. Go ahead and see if they have any information. No new intel. Well, at least we took a look, searched for IEDs. Apparently nothing here, nothing for us to worry about anyway. And let's pick up this unit once again and head back to base. Now, we are very low on fuel now, so I'm hoping that we don't crash. It's definitely a possibility. I'm actually going to fly this way so that if we do crash, we'll crash on the actual road here. But I think we have one more turn after this. At least that's the way it was in Afghanistan 65. It could be different here, of course. In Afghanistan 65, let's face it, if you crashed, you died. But in this game, it's not like that. If you crash, you actually have an opportunity to fix the vehicle and move back out, which is pretty cool. So part of me wants to get another MRAP and another unit, but I just don't think we can really afford it. Not to mention, if we look over here, we've got another water tower that's damaged. So we're going to have to fix that. Let's grab the 4th ACRC PRT, our Czech friends. And as you can see, it's very hard to see in this sandstorm. They can't even get to this particular building this turn. So we're definitely going to have to try to build some more water towers. Let's end the turn. Confirm. Okay. We see an enemy unit. They just destroyed a supply truck and dispersed. That was their mission, was to destroy that supply truck. Pretty good job, I have to say. Now, I could bring in this drone to go ahead and take a look at this area. But they dispersed, so it may or may not be effective. We're going to go ahead and look anyway. No luck. Thankfully, for the next few turns, if anything shows up in that area, we'll be the first to find out. I'm also going to keep moving with this particular MRAP to the east. So far, no issues in terms of any IEDs, but we're down to 315. That's not good, so I'm going to repair our water tower, of course. I'm hoping that's going to actually put us into the red. Yeah, we're losing money now. So we've got to start getting some enemy kills. We've got to start finding the enemy, destroying them as quickly as possible, and thankfully, yes, our Black Hawk is going to be doing just fine. He's going to be able to get back to base, refuel, and worry about the enemy next turn. So let's drop him. With our Husky, I'm planning to head to the west, I think, pretty soon. Oh, I see we're out of fuel with the damn Husky. We really need a supply truck to bring him some fuel. I think we do have a supply truck, but I'm not sure. Nice. I was going to say, I'm not sure if we can collect fuel in this particular situation, but let's try. Hopefully no IEDs. I think we're going to be okay, and let's head back to base immediately. So we got that fuel out there. At this point, that village still needs to be dealt with, or we need to go take a look at it. But we're going to go this way to see if we can't find any enemy IEDs placed on the road. They're probably trying to get back at us for going to these villages. At the same time, though, we need to go ahead. Let's see. The Black Hawk's ready to go, so I'm going to pick up... Oh, no, sorry. We've got to wait one turn with the Black Hawk to refuel. That's unfortunate. And with our Buffalo, we're going to go ahead and leave him there. No big deal. Now, we could start rotating some of these units back home to get rid of the lack of income that we're getting right now. I'm kind of thinking we might need to send the Apache back. I can tell that's not going to make anybody happy. But sometimes you've got to make some risks. I'm going to let it go one more turn with the lack of PP. And we're going to go ahead and just hope for the best. So let's go ahead and end turn, confirm. National elections. That's right, guys. Sorry, I confused the national elections for the first time we tried to play this game with these. Now, we could see that this guy, Bandar Musa, is a pro-Taliban, totally pro-Taliban guy. Enemies of the state need to be dealt with. Arkan Hanif, he's decent. We stand for the average Afghanistan citizen. But Jasun Zahir is the one we want. Now, the only thing that's not good about him is the PP cost per move is up 1. That's right. When we move out of our base, when we move around Afghanistan, that costs political points. Obviously, people back at home are scared of their loved ones getting killed, and it costs money, like pretty simply. So we're going to vote for Jasun Zahir. Hopefully he wins this election. We have no campaign production, and we can see that the opium production has fallen. Now, while that might be a good thing, less drugs, etc., really it's not that helpful to us, because if we get that opium production up, then we actually do a lot better if we can burn down the fields and make some political points from it. So let's head up this way with the Husky. Keep trying to look for IEDs, of course. Doesn't seem to be anything up here. So I'm going to, of course, grab our unit. And let's go ahead and drop them here in this village. Hopefully we don't have to worry about those water towers for a while. Oh, enemy technical. That is an enemy technical. He's escaped. We cannot find him right now because the drone is elsewhere. And that's unfortunate because we could have actually probably taken our artillery to open fire on that guy. And sure enough, look at that. Militia infantry is very close. Maybe we don't need to send the Apache back home just yet. Let's grab the Apache, if he can get out here, of course. And that's a big if. No, look at that. He can't. So I'm sorry, guys. At least for now, we're letting the Apache rotate back home so we don't have to worry about those political points. And it's going to give us 1,000 back. So 694 now, and we can call in an airstrike on this unit. It is going to be expensive, but I think it's worth it, especially if it hits its target. 77%, F-16. Boom! Enemies down. We're back to 994. Not bad at all, guys. Not bad at all. I want to take a look over here with this Husky. We definitely want to keep moving with him, but at the same time, it's probably not a bad idea to consider repairing him. Because if the enemy attacks this guy, there's another IED, by the way, we're going to have to deal with that. So I think I am going to go through this narrow mountain pass. Probably not the safest area in the world, but we need to get out there as soon as possible and start taking out IEDs. We're also going to go ahead and, looks like Mad Dog's unit does not have an MRAP to move him. So I think we're going to go ahead and get one MRAP. I know it's expensive, but you got to do what you got to do. And we're going to use that MRAP to pick up Mad Dog's unit and start heading to the south, to that village. So let's go ahead, grab the MRAP, pick up the Mad Dog's unit. We'll bring the Unexpected Inquisition, our special forces, to the east this turn. And actually, it looks like we may be able to drop him off this turn. Let's see. I'm not sure if they can get there in one turn, but if they could, that would be ideal. I don't see him. Where's the Taliban? Oh, I see him. So as you can see, they're in the east, the mountains of Pakistan, or the mountains on the border of Pakistan, just where we expected them to be. And we definitely want to deal with that situation. So I'm going to go ahead and sweep the area for IEDs, of which I don't think there are any, but it's definitely time to get the Unexpected Inquisition out there quickly to try and deal with the enemy. So let's pick these guys up. The Unexpected Inquisition. I love that name, by the way. Really good name suggestion. And like I said, if you still want into the game, there's still plenty of room. So we're going to start heading east, of course. And we're thinking about building that forward operating base, but right now it's kind of just a bit too expensive for us, just to put it simply. Pick up this unit with the MRAP. And of course we have this Husky to watch our backs and make sure we're not going to run into any IEDs. We got to be very careful with that MRAP. We could also use the Buffalo to go and repair that guy. But I think our biggest goal is to start or continue building the water tower. So I'm actually headed to the next village. Guessing this area could have IEDs on it. We do want to be careful, and we'll go ahead and continue here. Got a supply truck. We're not doing anything with him this turn, so let's continue. And wait a minute. He needs fuel, so you know what? We will send out the supply truck. Let's go ahead and bring some fuel to this Buffalo. Beautiful. And try to get back to base this turn. I think we can make it. If not, we'll be right outside of base. And there we go. We did make it. Let's hope we get a PP increase this turn. but maybe not. Enemy forces are mobilizing. Okay, nice. So we're back to 638. This is promising, so we could go ahead, probably build a water tower right there on the edge. We might have to wait a turn, and it's 1750 to build a water tower, so we're not even close to being able to afford that. However, I will move him up there. Hopefully we don't see any IEDs on the way. Ooh, and don't forget this vehicle, the Buffalo, is actually able to withstand some pretty heavy IED blasts, but we'd prefer that not to occur. Let's also get our Husky to head through this mountain pass. I don't like going through here. This looks like an easy place to get wasted, but honestly, I'm thinking that there might be some IEDs here, and it's probably within our best interest to go ahead and pick them up or destroy them. So let's go ahead. We'll pick up the infantry unit. We're going to start heading back to base. Hopefully no tricksy Taliban have dropped any IEDs on that location. Certainly hope not. And yeah, we're going to get out of here. So I think with the Husky,
Copy, solid.
I want to just make sure that this area is safe, basically. So I'm going to check everything. Obviously, if that American vehicle takes any more hits from the enemy, the MRAP, we could find ourselves in a world of trouble. So hopefully they make it back to base this time without any issues. Come on. Nice. Back to base. Nothing to worry about. And at the same time, we can drop off our Special Forces team here in the Eastern Mountains. So this area seems pretty promising to find Taliban enemies. So I'm going to go ahead and drop off our Special Forces here at the base of the mountain. Actually, we could drop them at the top. Close to the top, anyway.
Taliban spotted.
Whoa! I have not seen that yet. That was a Taliban RPG unit that actually tried to get a hit on us. Unbelievable. So we could actually drop down here and try to attack them, but, well, you know what? It's a reason we've got a Special Forces team.
Roger.
We're going to drop the Special Forces team a bit farther away than we expected. Now, one scary thing is that we're not going to be able to attack all these units, but just look at how many there are. So I'm going to order an A-10 Warthog strike. We can see there are a lot of enemies here. Let's hope for the best with the Warthog. Okay, guys, one dead Taliban unit. I'm definitely not going to go for the full kill, but it looks like we can actually engage the target from range if we get a little closer. So let's try to snipe the target here and at least disperse them.
Copy that.
Okay, the enemy ran away, but they didn't disperse, which means they will be back. I'm going to go ahead and pick this unit up again.
Affirmative.
Head back to the Eastern Mountains, but at least now we know that this area is prime target for Taliban activity. So I'm going to put our guys up here on this hill. Whoa, we're going to get shot at again. Wow, they actually got a hit. Lost 500 PP. They're going to fire again. Oh my god, the Black Hawk is destroyed. 500 plus our Special Forces, guys. That is a major loss. I didn't expect them to keep firing at us. I really didn't. So I'm obviously learning a lot about the game myself as we play. Let's see if we can cycle anybody back home. I don't think we can, except for maybe the MRAP. We just have to hope that things go well for us here. We're going to have to buy a new Black Hawk for sure. We don't have the money for it right now. This is going to be interesting. So let's end the turn. Confirm end turn. I hope we get some Taliban close by so that we can take some shots at them. We're back at 893. And of course, we're still looking for IEDs. Alright, nothing there as far as I can see. And let's go ahead and head back down this way to make sure we got a clear path for that MRAP. Unfortunately, nothing here. I was actually hoping for an IED to get back some political points. And with this MRAP, we want to head to a village that actually needs our help, and this one does need our help, so let's try to drop off our troops right here. Alright, no IEDs in the area.
Copy, solid. New intel.
Opium field, guys. This is what we needed to find. If we can burn down that opium field, we're going to make a lot of cash, obviously. And I'm going to maybe go into the red. We can't. We got to get that damn Black Hawk. Shit. 300 would bring us close, but not close enough. Wow. All right, so we're going to send the MRAP back. We're going to send the supply truck back. We're now at 1053. We're going to get a Black Hawk. And you can see how tough this can be to juggle all the different things in the game to be able to, well, make them work. So I'm going to try. I don't want the A&A howitzer. I want to pick up. Damn it. No. I don't know why it's doing that. That's a little weird. The selection is a bit off. All right, you know what I'm going to do? Keep the anti-howitzer out of the base. And now, pick up Bravo Company. That worked out. That was a little strange. And, of course, head over and try to burn down that poppy field. And we know there aren't many, so it's definitely something we want to get to soon. Hopefully we don't have any more Taliban units firing rockets at us. We can only hope, of course. And we can continue on with our mission. So in this case, yeah, we can't build that water tower this turn, nor would I want to, but we will, of course, search for IEDs. We always like to do that for the people here, and I think they like it. I think they respect it. Could be wrong, and let's end the turn. No, this Husky's already moved. Good try, though. Enemy tactical. There's an enemy technical right there, guys. Now, we do have our artillery gun from the ANA. I'm going to try to open fire here and take this guy out. Boom! Unfortunately, he escaped, although we know that he's nearby, so let me see if we can get that that drone to spot him. And we have spotted him with the drone. I'm going to call in an airstrike for 300 here. 67% chance of a hit. And that technical is just a really sneaky bastard. He's able to evade all of those attacks. That's frustrating as hell, but there's nothing we can do about it. I'll pick our boys up here. Start heading back to base. Okay. And of course, we're going to burn down that poppy field, so let's drop our troops off here. You can also probably check those villages for intel. We haven't been there yet. So let's burn down the poppy field, or the opium field. Boom. So as you can see, we did upset some of the villagers for doing that, especially with that village to the east. But we don't really have a choice. So we've got to do what we've got to do. I am going to drop off these units over here at this village. See how they feel. I'm guessing they're probably going to be pro-Taliban once we get there. And there's another poppy field nearby. I mean, thank you for telling us about the neighboring village's crops. They must not like them, and I was correct. This village is pro-militia. Not pro-Taliban, but pro-militia. They are not friends of the U.S., put it that way. So we're going to, of course, move this guy down towards that next poppy field. I mean, we're basically the DEA right now. We're just trying to get as many poppy fields destroyed as possible. So let's head out over here. Obviously, anytime I go into the mountains like this, I get a little worried because many different things could occur. It doesn't look like any of those villages need help except for the one to the far north, which we can't get to this time, or this turn. And of course, we don't have our wonderful Special Forces team either. We could go ahead and purchase that Special Forces team, which I think we will, just in case. So let's get the new Echo Company here. And we will call it the Unexpected Inquisition, because we want to remember the men lost. So here we go, Unexpected Inquisition. And that would definitely be a major news item to see that a Special Forces unit has been destroyed by the enemy. I'm sure you guys can imagine. Let's take the Husky. And we're going to clear out the front of the base. Make sure there's nothing here. We just saw a technical, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if they brought something to this location. Let's see, does that village need assistance? No, they don't. So I want to head back to our old villages next turn. Let's see. And so far, I think we definitely have to get to these villages to the east, but you can see just how hard it is to juggle all the hearts and minds. Anyway, guys, we've gone way over schedule with this video. I hope you're enjoying this series. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And thankfully, this Husky remembered to move on its own. I totally forgotten about its movement. I'm actually going to move him to the west because we are running out of fuel, and we're going to have to refuel this guy pretty soon. But no IEDs in this area. Go ahead, continue. And that enemy technical is moving towards us. He could be going for the Husky. Luckily, he didn't get there this turn, but let's hope he doesn't get in to finish his mission. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care, and have an awesome, awesome day.